Today I would like to talk a little bit about foliage. I will be working with tulips, and if you ask any Dutch person, they always say my favorite flower is a tulip. So why not do that for today? With foliage you've got all different kind of textures and colors and all different sort of leaves, and what I'm working with today is yucca, and it's quite sort of stunning. You can't sort of bend it. It's pretty much, well, that's the way you get it and that's the way it is. That's one of them, and I like that with the leaves of the tulips. Now the other one is the yucca. It's you can cut it, staple it, you can do anything with it. It's very, but still quite rubbery. So that's what I'm going to work with today. Now I've all cleaned them so there's no dust or any soil or anything there. So what we're going to do is we focus on texture, and we focus on in the flowers, of course, and I'll show you that. You have the flower and sort of green sort of bud, which is not totally full of color, but it's starting to get there, and you have got one in the middle. Now that is quite a good way to see the transition. You start with, well, obviously you start with the green bud, and then you go to a little bit of color, a little bit more color, a little bit more color, almost full color, and then the tulip will start to open soon after this. So you'll have all sort of transitions in your vase. Now there are many myths around the tulip, and as you know, they grow in your vase. So as soon as you put them in the water, you're not touching them anymore. One good tip is, if you don't want them to grow, I quite like them to grow in the vase, but it's up to you. But if you do not want them to grow, you'll take a needle and just right there, I hope you can see that, and you go straight through, like so, push it through and pull it back, and that will stop growing the tulip. Ways of the vase, and I think that looks quite good. So, but it's choice and favour, of course, depends who you are going to give them for. Now, this is the vase we're working with today. Make sure that it's clean. Put a little bleach in the water if you like, just to keep the water clean. I don't use the stems here because I'm going to put the leaves around in the vase. So I'll cut that off. A little bit of water going into them, so there's no reason to start to get panicky. So you turn your vase and you work yourself with the leaf around. It doesn't need to be even. You can cover as much glass or as less glass as you like. As you see, I've got my leaves going all sides of sides, and that just gives a little bit of more interest in enjoying them. So that's that. So now I'll bunch up the tulips. Now what I like to do is I'll start with the tulips in full colour, and I'll just sort of goes again around, just like yesterday we did with all even. So if you put your hand here on the top, so that they all sort of touch each other, touch your hand, so that they're all a bit even and sort of nice. And as yesterday, we turn them around and we'll keep going like so. So you get all the ones who are almost in full colour on the inside, because we're working from the inside outside. Yeah, and this way we're getting our transition. So we start now with the ones who are a little shorter, and I'll put them underneath so you can actually see, because they're going to grow in the vase anyway. So, and they're not full colour, so they will grow. We'll just turn it around again, like so. Just put those there, like that. I have two young ones, so That's all right. That will come all together. So I'll have them like that. So now I'll just cut them all on the same length. Just cut them all off. Like so. Then in the vase into the water. Like so. I'll just let them go down. Make sure that they are going into food. Now, as you see, it sort of looks quite stir, but as we say earlier, the tulips are going to grow. So you'll, that's if you don't put the needle in there. So it will start to grow and it will start to come up more like a vase full of tulips. Now, I'll said that we were going to use the yucca as well, so I just need to measure a little bit of that. That's going to be too long. So I'll cut sort of 1/3 off of all those yuccas, measuring 1/3, and so that it becomes all in balance as well, because your vase and your flowers shouldn't be more than 1/3 of your arrangement. So that we go here, it's in there, all to do with the balance. Now what we're going to do is we sort of bend them a little bit. They're not too much to bend. So, but what I'm going to do is I'll take that up. I hope you can see that. And put them right there. And then you just work yourself around. Now I've got 5 of those yucca leaves. And ideally you would like to work with uneven numbers in floristry. Just to go like that, go like that. So, and here we go. There's a little bit of fiddly work, but you'll get there in the end. Just a little bit of practice. So there we go. Last yucca leaf here. There we are. And so you see, now that was naughty of me. I'll take that off. There we are. Now that is a bit out of line, so I'll push that back to make it nice and straight. So you'll get those tulips growing like that and in between, which is quite an interesting feature later on. So that's how it looks like, that's how your bottom is. So you can see exactly where the water is. Yeah, and just if you need to do some water, you just push that aside a little bit and fill it up. There's no need to fill the whole vase full of water, because flowers do not drink from the stem. It's the same as us. We don't drink to our whole body, we only drink to our mouth. And that is with flowers as well. They only drink in the bottom of the stem. Now I've got a few tricks here just to make a little bit more interest, and I'm going to just put that right there in between. You're sort of like creating tulips in the forest, really, or in the park. That's what you want to call it. So I'll turn it around again. And our junior is getting very excited at the moment because he likes it very much what he's seeing. He likes all those twigs. There we are. That's the last twig we're gonna here. So here you are. Here you've got quite a modern arrangement. Yeah, for the hallway or for on the dining table during the day. So what have we done? We've done texture in your leaves and in the yucca leaves, the pucca leaves, and in your twigs you've got a little bit of texture. Focal point will be, of course, your tulips who are in full color. There's a bit of line as well because of your yucca going around the vase, so that becomes a line. Obviously we've got repetition, tulips and more tulips. We've got transition with your full colored tulips and your young tulips, and going through that process of getting older. Okay, this is your second lesson. Try it out. Okay, give it a go. Go to the op shop, get a nice vase, and throw it, and just make it at home, and you have got a nice gift to give.